Hello, my name is DominikaFus. I'm a fifth-year psychiatry resident at the University of Ottawa. The poster I will be presenting today is part of my scholarly project, which I completed under the guidance of my supervisor, Dr. Mariana Jovanovic, as well as with the support of the authors listed just below the title. I will start today's presentation by providing you with a little bit of background on this project before moving on to methods, results, and conclusions. So let's begin. A significant aspect of a resident's professional growth and development is receiving effective feedback from clinical supervisors. There has been a great focus to improve and even standardize the process of evaluating residents' clinical performance, as evidenced by, for example, the ongoing implementation of the Competence by Design model across residency programs in Canada. One may argue that an equally important aspect of residency training is the reverse of the aforementioned scenario, an opportunity for trainees to provide effective and meaningful feedback about their learning environment, more specifically, feedback in relation to their clinical supervisors. However, in contrast to resident evaluations, there has been a very limited focus in the literature on supervisor evaluations in postgraduate medical training, despite the significant role clinical supervisors play. This study was developed out of a curiosity about supervisor evaluations in postgraduate medical education. As the title suggests, the primary aim was to gather opinions of psychiatry residents at the University of Ottawa about the supervisor feedback process. Currently, psychiatry residents at the University of Ottawa have an opportunity to submit an online feedback questionnaire once they complete a given clinical rotation. The feedback questionnaire has various sections, including a checklist of what the supervisor should continue or consider doing, a space for comments, and a Likert scale attached to statements related to the resident's experience of their supervisor. In order to gather opinions, an anonymous survey was created using REDCap and sent to the entire psychiatry resident body. A total of 20 residents submitted responses within a 2-week window, so approximately 31% of residents. If you focus your attention on Figure 1, you can see a breakdown of survey participants by residency year shown as a percent. Aside from a smaller group of 6th-year residents, which is to be expected given that they do not make up a large portion of the resident body, the number of survey respondents was generally balanced across years of training. In the figure below, Figure 2, you can see the survey questions. All but 2 questions asked use a 5-point Likert scale. The first question asked was to indicate year of residency, and the final question included a space for any additional comments. I won't be focusing on comments or their themes today, but it may be useful for future studies. Figure 2 also demonstrates the weight of all resident responses. The dark green color depicting the number of residents who strongly agreed with a given statement, all the way to dark orange representing the number of respondents who strongly disagreed. On average, residents were neutral about their satisfaction with the current process of evaluating supervisors. They were neutral about the current process accurately capturing what they wish to convey about their supervisor, and whether it is important to evaluate their supervisor's clinical knowledge base. Residents agreed that it is important to be able to evaluate the relationship with their supervisor, as well as the empathy they felt from their supervisor as a learner. Taking into account the results of this survey, resident opinion indicates a potential need to improve the current resident to supervisor feedback process with an added focus on the evaluation of interpersonal dynamics between supervisor and trainee. Future direction may include the development of quality improvement projects with respect to supervisor evaluations in order to optimize the learning environment within the University of Ottawa's Psychiatry Residency program, and possibly beyond. Thank you so much for visiting and allowing me to share my project with you. I hope you have a wonderful day.